Hello, my name is Russ and this is
Anna.
and we are with a traveler's opinion, and this kind of our first video, so we want to just go over Big Island Hawaii quickly. We decided to travel for about 9 days there and spend more time in different places to figure out and put together this video for you guys. Please watch through, subscribe, like to our channel. We would definitely appreciate it, and we would know that we want to release more videos. This is our first video, so yeah, thank you. Our first destination is Mauna Kea. So as we went up the hill, first you get like a nice pavement, and then we stopped by the park and kind of enjoyed it for a little bit. There's some nice hikes there, and then we proceeded. So the pavement became like a gravel, and that's where the four-wheel drive kind of was necessary. So the view was beautiful going up the hill. I would say at some points it's better to stop and see the view, because at the very top you might even either get sick or the view might not be as nice in the middle. Mostly I got sick, so I wasn't able to enjoy it as much because of the height and just all this pressure in your head and things like that. But we enjoyed it, and those are the telescopes. We were kind of walking around and checking them out. You can walk inside. I believe one of them have like a visitor place. There is not much you're gonna be able to see, but some equipment, if you like to use equipment without knowing what it is exactly, there you go. Or you can maybe book a tour and pay like extra. I believe it's expensive, so you can get more insight on all these things. But other than that, there's not much to do. And then we kind of just went back. Didn't spend a lot of time because we left some people of our group in the visitor center down, like down at the mountains. So yeah, but it was somewhat okay experience. I would not probably go back here if I would have to like come to this island again, just because there's not much you can do and just see things that you don't know what they are. So yeah. So there are like places you can just drive around and see each building and whatever the equipment's outside. On the sunny days, the skies looks pretty nice. So, and there is some snow, so that's definitely not much snow, but there's some snow. And then this is us going back after about 20 minutes of time spent up. Hilo Farmers Market. This place is interesting for sure. It's like one of the biggest farmers markets, or like simple markets on the island that we've seen. They have like all this antiques and art, and like local fruits and local honey and other things. It was not too busy, so you don't have to like
Coconuts here are great, juicy, fresh. They were better than in other places that we tried, and after eating them you can bring them back, so they cut for you and you can eat the inside of it.
So at one point we were driving back home and we saw a sign like a scenic road. We ended up going that way and it was way worth it. Very beautiful views, and there is botanical garden in that area, which we did not go, but it was nice. So one of the nice places to snorkel on the Big Island was the Captain Cook Monument, and a couple things to be prepared before going there. It's very nice, of course. The hike is that's where we decided to do instead of going with the boats, and there are a couple reasons that it was actually better than the boats. I saw a couple of boats coming in, like a big boats that brought tourists and people who actually paid for this tour. They very much like control these people, what to do, what not to do. They give them like a little buoys, so that way they don't. You can't really swim with the buoy, but they I guess they force people to put it under your like waist, that way you don't end up damaging the coral or something. I'm not sure, but I don't believe none of those people had like fins. They just were swimming with the goggles, and the hike was not easy, but I think it was way worth it. I would not want to go to the tour and pay money to get yelled at nonstop. Actually, I ended up getting yelled at once by one of the people from the boat. They thought I was part of the party because, you know, somehow they didn't like me. I was trying to fix the glasses, so I sat quickly on a rock and ended up to be yelled at. But that's fine. So about the hike, it's good to prepare. One thing to note, and I noticed a lot of people started hiking there like after 12 or like around 2 p.m., which was kind of smart. I mean, on Big Island, the sun goes down, especially like at the winter. That's where we went, like around December. It goes down like around 5 or something. It gets dark pretty quick. So, but I noticed a lot of people going after 12, and then I figured the reason why is because we went in the morning. We went like 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning. So when you hike there, you're going down the hill. It's very easy. It seems like a piece of cake, but when the time came, we thought we're gonna end up staying there for like, you know, all day long, and we grabbed food and way too much water. But the problem is when going back up the hill, we didn't finish the water. You probably don't need that much water as the amount we brought. You probably need like maybe 1 gallon per person maximum. I'm not sure how much you drink, and I guess it depends per person, but that's my advice for myself. I would next time I would just bring this 1 gallon for me, and maybe 1 gallon for somebody else or a smaller person like her. It would be like half gallon. But we ended up to drag it back pretty much most of the water, and it was crazy workout. So when you go back to the car, you end up going up the hill, and if you're going around 12 or 2, even it's like a winter, that's when we visited. It was crazy, and we ate before going down back up to the car. It was horrible idea. I ended up like I felt pretty bad, and I had to sit down a couple times. But at the end of the hike, it became better. It was like about 2 hours back hike, or even more, because, you know, me trying to struggle with my full stomach and and a bunch of water on my back, which I refused to, you know, pour out because the water was not in a sealed bottle, so I could not just give it to people. But It was good. The smell of the goats that were running around did not help as well. So I think my little advice would be like if you want to go down like a little later. Of course, you might not find parking, so that's a big deal. The parking might be gone, and you might end up parking who knows where and just walk. But I mean, yeah, going a little later is smart because you can go up the hill when the sun kind of settles, and then you're not gonna be, dying from the heat. It felt like I was just sweating like crazy, and the rocks get so hot on a hike. There's not much bushes or branches to hide or trees, and the rocks get so hot that feels like the heat just coming back like a hell. So yeah, I mean, definitely some tip. If you do pick a day, go like maybe one of those days when it's less hot. Not like us, when we do the other way around, because I thought that the water is going to be more calm, it's better to snorkel. So yeah, the fish was beautiful, so definitely worth it going there. I would say it's similar to the fishes on the Oahu, the Hanauma Bay Park. I would say it's something. I mean, not as good, but it's some kind of comparison, I guess. There, it's enjoyable. Just smaller fish and a lot of it. Different kind of fish, eel. I saw octopus some other part, but not here.
Also, lots of people were saying that in this place on Mountain Cook, you can see the dolphins and you can swim with them, or manta rays, or turtles, but we didn't get a chance to see them.
I saw turtle in other places, but not here. I saw a huge turtle on one of the beaches. It was fun.
We saw dolphins, but from far. We didn't get a chance to swim to them because they.
I pretty much swam next to the turtle. So when you hike down the trail, at first it's just a bunch of grass and it doesn't look good. Later you get some goats to, talk to if you're lonely, and the smell is kind of there. But it's nice. The view gets very beautiful a little bit later once you get closer to the cliff. I did notice that some other people who mentioned some comments about the goats being aggressive or something. I'm not sure if our company we had only 3 people, but the goats were not aggressive at all. Maybe it depends on the weather, but they were curious. They did not stand on a trail or anything that some people mentioned and you had to yell or do something to have them run off. Those are smaller goats, so there is nothing scary, and they're not gonna fight you, I believe, unless you're like a tiny little person. So you get those numbers you noticed, and I think there's total 8 of them, and so they mean you get a certain distance. So you get 1 out of 8 and 2 out of 8, and then once you hit 8, you're good to go. You're at your destination. Another reason for the signs were if you pretty much end up like feeling bad or something, you need to call like a rescue. You can let them know which location you're approximately at, which sign you just passed, or which sign you're at. That way they can get to you quicker. The rocky area is kind of hard to get to the water to snorkel. Somebody got like a great idea to put like little ladder, which they ended up taking. We didn't know that it belonged to somebody, so we just end up using that ladder, and then like we see it gone, and it was disappointing. But there are different ways to get into water. Don't make it complicated. For me, it was like just sitting on one of those big rocks, putting my fins on, and then once the wave kind of comes in, you just jump in before the waves kind of goes away, because if it goes away, it becomes shallow, and then you can like fall on the rocks or something. But pretty much just sitting and then just jumping in quickly, diving flat, I would say, and try to keep it on top. And fins are very helpful. I've seen people without fins, including my wife, and I would say fins definitely, because you can easily go to like more far areas, and there's some nicer areas if you keep going like next to like to the right or to the left next to the rocks. You can get with the fins, you can get to the very shallow where there's a lot of fish, but it's so shallow that if you were without fins and you end up like trying to dig your feet or like bump your knee onto the rock, it would hurt. So the fins definitely kind of help get you like this nice flotation without and go into some places that are super tight and there is not much to move around, and you just move your toes. So my mask ended up to be like leaking a little bit, and the reason is because I have a huge nose and it did not fit properly, so I ended up getting like a Crassy, I believe F4, that's what it's called. There is also like a Z1, I believe, for big nose people like me, and I tried it in a bathtub and it seems like it's working better, so I'm excited to go maybe some other hiking place. I mean, some snorkeling place that I will definitely probably enjoy. And this is the huge turtle that I met. She was big and gorgeous, but on the video you cannot tell. It was bigger than me, I can tell for sure, and I'm 6 feet something. So as far as the snorkeling gear, get good fins, the biggest you can fit in your travel bag, and get some good mask. And the mask, like, I just researched a little bit, and it's better to get like a black mask, like the black silicone, instead of like a see-through silicone. You can see better under the water. That's what like scuba divers use, and like a spear divers. So on the video, the turtle was not actually at the monument area. It was at one of the beaches that I randomly just met. She was gorgeous, so much bigger than myself. I'm like 6 foot something, and this was very exciting, and to swim with it, with the actual big turtle, sea turtle. And the thing is, like, you can probably see better if I would come closer, but I was too far to take a good video.
This is a black sand beach, and we've seen turtles here as well.
So at this beach, I mean, the sun was kind of weird feeling, so the worst part was kind of like if you take off your shoes and you want to put it back on, the sand gets stuck so bad that it's hard to wash it off. So I actually like do not miss this beach too much, but some people like just to see the beach. Okay, it's black beach, black sand beach, but there's nothing special about it other than you get this little area where the turtles rest. Those were smaller turtles that I seen swimming in other beach, but yeah, it was you get some little shops. You can buy some coconuts here as well. They're a little more expensive than at the Hilo market, but the view is pretty good. The palm trees, the water is super cold here for some reason. We did not swim here. So our next place to go was Monterey, snorkeling at night. I did find some parks that people left comments that they came there during night or sometime late and saw Monterey there. Maybe some light was provided because pretty much you need some light to attract the plankton. That way the Monterey comes to eat it. We ended up just signing up for like a tour, and at first we found the tour, but the boat was like a smaller boat, and it was like one of those air inflatable ones, but they're kind of like bigger for ocean use. She doesn't know how to swim, so or she thinks she doesn't know how to swim, so we ended up switching for like pay a little extra and switching to like a bigger boat. So the actual experience was actually very good. Something special, especially when the manta ray comes like so close, it kind of rubs your leg or something. You're not supposed to touch them because the tour guides yell at you, but you can like kind of sneakily just kind of touch it a little bit, maybe. I'm not sure if it's bad for manta ray, but they kind of told us, I'm not sure how true that is, that it's bad for Monterey if you touch them, um, which might not be the case. But those are beautiful creatures. They're very big, so get ready, some excitement. And at least at this tour we took, I believe it was like a Hawaiian Adventures. The tour was, I believe, like named John or somebody. Um, he was very good. So with him, we could see he kind of like used his own flashlight that he brought to get the manta ray coming right on you. So like my GoPro nearly was in manta ray's face. I was trying to kind of pull it away because I felt like it's gonna eat my GoPro. So. But it was fun. Very great experience. Only the part that you kind of start getting cold later, you start losing your body heat because the jacket is not thick enough. Like I said, it's like 3 mil or even thinner. So ideally, you would probably want like a 5 mil for the night snorkel in the winter. If you come here in summer, the water might be different temperature, but we came like December, and while you can swim on the beaches and it was okay, here for some reason, maybe because it was during the night, it was freezing.
We get a nice show with the manta rays. We seen like 4 of them.
I thought it was more than 4.
before.
Anyways, yeah. Well, I didn't really count them. I just, was focusing to get like a good video on my GoPro, and I think the guide was actually working with me to get them on tray to almost like swallow my GoPro. So yeah, it was fun. One of our favorite beaches was Hapuna Beach. It was very close to the where we stayed, so maybe that's why I went there a couple times. But as far as like convenience to park and the amount of space you get and the sand and I mean you can boogie board here and things like that. It's very like nice area, and you got some nice hotels nearby. This is the place you would want to like relax if you just don't want to travel much around the island. On our way to Hilo, we like from one side to the other. We kind of ended up stopping by one of the hikes. There are a lot of hikes there. I mean, not too many, but like couple on our way. This one we just chose to randomly stop by. It has different kind of plantations and trees and things like that. So it was fun to kind of quickly walk around. We're not staying there for too long, just maybe 20 minutes and then continued. And then we ended up stopping by Rainbow Falls. It was nice. I mean, you don't have to pay for parking here, just like most places or other waterfalls and parks. There's some jungle that's you can take pictures there and walk around. Just we saw somebody messing up their foot there and going to hospital because the rocky pavement here is definitely not even. So it's good to wear some kind of hiking shoes maybe, or something supportive if you want to like take less time. Otherwise, just be careful and walk slower. The heels definitely not advisable because you might have to leave them here. If you want to watch where people actually surf, there's not many areas where people surf, but this park, it's called like Kēōkea Beach Park. We randomly stopped by it. There are some surfers and the view is very nice here. The water looks blue. So another stop we really enjoyed was Pololū lookout. I think you pronounce it Pololū. Anyway, so very beautiful view here. The parking is limited, so you can hike down if you want. We ended up not hiking down because we had a child and too many people with us, so we just kind of hanged on the back of the pickup truck and just watch the view. So next stop where we went were Hawaii Volcano National Park. It was not as excited as I expected because there was no lava or anything, but there was some activity in like a steam coming up in random places. You walk around and random cracks in the ground, and you get like some steam, some smoke, or maybe some gases. There is place where there's some gases that are bad for you, and you're not supposed to go there if you're pregnant or have kids with you. So we were kind of in that category. We didn't end up walking there, and they hazardous to your health. So but it's, according to some pictures, it's nice over there. This is like the main crater of the volcano, and you get smoke and you get different areas. You can actually view this crater. It's pretty much end up to be looking at the same thing. It's just so many different viewpoints. So in the same park, if you have a map or something, that would be helpful for sure. We went to a lava tube hike. You get into you get inside a tube opening cave made by lava, I guess, and it was going there was, I mean, walking there was okay. Just I didn't find it too exciting. We seen better caves. Just small little cave that you kind of walk through, and you get bunch of condensation and water dropping on your head. So it was not very much fun, or not even at all, other than just looking at the nature once you come out from the cave. Stop was the very famous Green Beach. The actual beach, in my opinion, was not as, I guess, not as fun as the actual process to get to the beach. We had to stop by, there's a little store, farm, restaurant slash, garden, whatever you want to call it. And you can eat there. You can eat some fish that they caught that same day. There's some cliffs and viewpoints on the way. When you walk, it's about 45 to 1 hour walk. If you have, depends how fast you're walking. So on our way to Green Sand Beach, we stopped by Meadows. It's a farm. There's things to do and animals to see. There's some snacks you can get there. The coffee was good. It's not expensive, and we drove all the way from Kona, so for us it was like over 2 hour drive. We definitely got hungry, so that was a good place to stop by and get some food and relax and prepare ourselves for the hike to the Green Sand Beach. Another stop was a little fishing place. I think that's in here is the most south area of the US, so that's how they market it at least. There's cliffs here, and I've seen people jump off, mostly fishermen. They're crazy, to tell you the truth. They somehow climb back on the rocks, so they're professional rock climbers. You can see the guy jumping down. They fish from these little docks, so those little docks are for fishing, and I advise to stop by here and check it out because the view here is so gorgeous, and you get those fishermen who nearly, I believe, live here. They have a camp set up and their dogs and everything, and as you can see that the ladder there, it's broken off, you can't really use it, so they use rocks to somehow climb back. And here is the actual point where, the most southern area, like a little rock beach there. So at the same place we found a little beach. If you keep walking where the big sign is, there is an interesting beach where it's the sand is kind of like a rocks or little bones or something. They stick to your feet, and it feels pretty good. It's like a massage walking on them. So it gets a little slippery at some points, but that's something very interesting. I've never seen a beach like that before. So then after we parked and started walking towards the Green Sand Beach, lots of shuttles like you just seen passed by us and asked if we want to join them, I guess for the small fee per person. But honestly, I believe the walk is way nice, and you get to slowly enjoy all this beautiful view without kind of feeling to be rushed. And another thing is it's not very comfortable in the back of the pickup truck because it's such a bumpy road that you end up holding up for your life the whole time. So it's definitely I would say if you have some kind of even flip-flops, just you cannot walk as fast as if you had a hiking shoes or something. But if you have something with you like water and some kind of shoes and good. If you enjoy walking, if you like walking, then I would definitely advise, and don't worry about your car getting wrecked here or something, or paying money to people just taking you here. We've seen some people not going down the hill because it's hard to kind of go down all the way to the water. You can kind of just see the view from the cliffs, but I advise to go down because you can actually see the beach and feel the water. I seen some people swimming. Most of them were wearing some shoes, like water shoes, and I tried boogie boarding, but it was not very successful due to the choppiness and the current being like too strong going back and forth, and it's not really, unless you really want to just go in the sand, and other than that it was not very fun. The actual color of the sand is green. Surprisingly, I thought it was more like a yellow, dark yellow or something. I mean, when we started hiking there was some sand, and I thought that's what it is on the green sand beach, but it's not. It's actually, I would say it's green like a lot, and it was interesting to see and feel the sand. So we ended up going backwards, back on a shuttle. The guy ended up, giving us a good deal, like since we had a couple people with us, and it was okay. I would walk back if I was just like me and maybe my wife, maybe just another person, or myself. I would definitely walk. The walk was awesome. So yeah, that's the end of our video, and like, subscribe, give us some comments, tips, where you would want to see us, if you like our videos, the way we kind of overview of the travel. I mean, give us some tips, maybe where is the next place we should do similar kind of commentary overview video. You want to add something?
Yeah, thank you for who watched till the end.